Emirates. We are at the grand opening of the Hindu temple in Dubai, and we are joined by the ambassador of India to the United Arab Emirates. It's a very warm welcome to Mr. Sunjay Sudhir. As we mentioned, we're here at the grand opening of the Hindu temple here in Dubai. What does this mean and represent for the community here in Dubai and the UAE, as well as the Indian community in particular?
I think it's a wonderful new development. The opening of this new temple in Dubai means so much to the Indian community. The community is about 3.5 million people, of which a large chunk is Hindus. And this is not the first Hindu temple in this country. There are so many others. But then every new temple which opens up brings a new cheer for the Indian community. And this temple in particular, because it's such a beautiful aesthetic temple, which is in itself a work of art. And this temple houses 16 deities, as well as the Sikh holy scripture of Guru Granth Sahib.
Tell us a little bit more about the UAE and the tolerance here, and the sort of peaceful cultures that live here together as well, and what the temple here represents to that vision.
I think all credit goes to Sheikh Zayed, the founder of this country, because this country has been built on that foundation of tolerance and harmony. And that's why this country has representatives of perhaps all faiths in the world, including Muslims, Hindus, Sikhs, Christians, and so many other denominations. Tolerance and harmony are built into the ethos. And it's a very unique thing that in UAE there is a Minister for Tolerance, Sheikh Nahyan, who we are so honored will be coming to inaugurate this temple. So what happens is that when foreign nationals come here from different denominations, their minds are at rest. Their minds are at peace that they will be able to pursue their own faiths without any fear or anything in their mind, lurking in their mind.
Well, bilateral trade between the UAE and India hit 44 billion euros between 2020 and 2021. What is the driving force behind that? Why does it keep getting stronger?
Well, this is a civilizational relationship, which goes back such a long time. This is a relationship which is based on mutual trust and mutual respect. And this trust and respect flows directly from the top. So, President His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan and our Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi also have such strong chemistry between themselves, and it flows from there. So our governments, our bureaucracies, our other ministers and all those things, it becomes so much easier to then work with each other. The trust goes down right to the level of the two people. So it's a strong engagement between the leadership down to people engagement. And that you see reflected in so many ways. So the largest expat community in this country is that of Indians, about 3.5 million. And 3.5 million Indians in the UAE actually mean about 35% of the total population. And it's a growing population. So this really shows how strong the relationship is. In addition to the people-to-people relationship, trade relations are very strong. Investment relationships are very strong.
There's always been this huge mutual respect between India and the UAE. What do you think has been the sort of main driver behind that?
Today, we have about 107 unicorns already in India. And many of these unicorns are actually funded by the UAE. So UAE and India both feel, there is a strong conviction that both are integral to each other's future. And that's why the countries click together so well. The people also click together so well.
Do you feel as well Dubai and the UAE is quite a launch pad for SMEs and small businesses coming here to sort of test products to see if they can go global? Do you find that the UAE is quite a nice sort of test bed for lots of different SMEs that come here?
No, surely. The enabling economic environment here is very, very conducive to mushrooming and also developing of business enterprises, because that's all about, that's a very integral part of the ethos of Dubai, of Abu Dhabi, in fact this whole country. The kind of investments they have made in creating this ecosystem has also been huge and guided by the visionary leadership of this country.
I wanted to talk about you in your role for the moment as well. You've been in your role as the ambassador of India to the UAE for nearly a year now. Tell us what's been happening over the past year.
Well, in brief, a lot has been happening. because there has been work on all areas of engagement between our countries. We signed the comprehensive partnership agreement between us in February this year. It entered into force on 1st of May. This is actually the first comprehensive partnership agreement which UAE has signed with any country. And for India, this is the first CEPA we have signed in the last 10 years. Our leaders also released a vision document. And that vision document in February is something about a roadmap for the future. And that actually encapsulates the vision of our leadership on how they would like this relationship to progress. It talks about renewables, it talks about fintech, health cooperation, energy, security, cooperation in the international arena, actually the whole gamut of engagement. So we are doing trade, we are doing investments, we are doing people-to-people engagement. So much of funding has gone from the UAE into Indian startups.
What have you found has been sort of most surprising in your role over this past year? What has been your sort of the biggest sort of learning curve, and what have you found has been most surprising to you?
Well, I always thought about this relationship very well, but it was only after coming here and being a part of this relationship and being entrusted with the responsibility of running the relationship as an ambassador of India, did I realize that actually there is so much more to do, because everybody here is so open, both here as well as in India. So coming back to the understanding the trust and the mutual respect between our leaders, everybody is so conscious that yes, together we can do so much. And that's why we are making forays into different areas. India and UAE are working together on health cooperation in Africa. We are working together on fintech. We have already started working on climate change issues. So much is happening. And I realized that, sky is the limit here. That has been my one essential learning.
Tell us more about your sort of journey from working in the Foreign Office and where that sort of journey took you to where you are today.
Well, it started about 30 years back in Egypt, where I did my language training in Arabic language, followed by another posting to Syria, and then went back to Delhi for some work. After that, moved on to Sri Lanka, a neighboring country. Then went to WTO in Geneva, came back to India, then went to Sydney, and then ambassador in Maldives and here. So it's quite a crisscrossing of the globe and in very different kinds of roles, but all the same very enriching, very, very enriching for me, because the canvas has been so wide and so colorful.
What do you think the Hindu temple here in Dubai is going to do for the spirituality of the community here as well, and why is that important?
In most individuals, there's this yearning for spirituality, for that religious realization, and the construction and inauguration of this temple today actually provides another avenue which serves to fulfillment of that religious aspiration for the Hindus. This country provides peace, security, harmony, work opportunities where the best of people can actually flourish. And that's been a big magnet for Indians to come to this country with their families, with children going to school, men and women folk working and bringing out their best and contributing to the economy here, to the society here, and also to India.
And why should people come to visit the temple if they're visiting the UAE from outside? Why is this a great place to visit?
Well, that's a matter of individual choice. And this temple, as I've seen today, is such a work of art, I would say. Dubai is known for its modern buildings, and this temple also is completely in sync with that concept in Dubai, that whatever comes up in Dubai as a building has to stand out. So this temple stands out in that sense as well. So Indians traveling here, I'm sure, with the kind of publicity the inauguration of this temple has received in India, Indian traveling here, I'm sure they'll be tempted to come to this temple, visit this temple.
Mr. Sunjay Sudhir, thank you so much for being with us here on this edition of Interview.